It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Two outstanding elementary schools here today to play our game. Let's meet them right now. From Capitol Heights Elementary School, would you say hello, please, to Farron Johnson, Paris Smalley, and Assyria Bush. And from Perrywood Elementary School, our team players today, Wesley Matthews, Jalen Virgil, and Juliana Woods. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to the difficulty of the question. The easier ones on the left worth 5 and 10. The tougher ones, 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question in each category. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And get into the 2 rounds. One of these 2 teams will come back to play Hollywood Elementary for a chance to move on to this year's semifinals here in the elementary competition. Let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go to the red team. Paris, would you try your buzzer? Thank you. Good luck to you, to Assyria, and to Farron. And Jalen, would you try yours? All right. Green team looks like it's in shape, too. Good luck to you, Juliana and Wesley. Are we ready? Yep. All right. Let's do this. I think we're going to have a great game. We go alphabetically C before P, so Capitol Heights and Paris. Let's start the bowl.
Zoo Parade for 15, please.
Zoo Parade for 15 points to start our game. We have a visual question. I ask you to look at the monitor in the studio, please. The creatures you're about to see are real. They're called narwhals. But sometimes they are compared to what mythological horse with a single horn? Capitol Heights?
Unicorn.
Unicorns, yes. The narwhals are called the unicorns of the sea. Go red. Paris?
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, the varicella-zoster virus, which causes chicken pox in children, can emerge later in life as this other disease that has the same name as the part that's found on your roof. Capitol Heights? Yes, ma'am.
Shingles.
Shingles it is, that's right. Shingles that can develop a very nasty rash and affect the nervous system in people in middle age and beyond. All right, you got 2 in a row. Go again.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Another visual question. Look back to the monitor if you would. Teams, a large group of stars like these that the ancients could connect together to make pictures like Leo here are known as what? Over at Perrywood.
Constellations.
You got that right, Jalen. That is the constellation Leo that we're looking at there. All right, green is on the board. Go Perrywood.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, if something really weird or strange and out of the normal occurs, there's a P-initialed 4-letter prefix to describe that, just as Norman was described by that. Perrywood?
Paranorman.
Paranorman, as in paranormal. Thank you, Juliana, for your assist on that. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, on that TV show Mythbusters, they proved that muscophobia is real. Elephants really are afraid of these. Capitol Heights?
Mice. Mice.
Mice, that's right. Musco or muso is a prefix meaning mouse. They're also afraid of bees. 80 to 70, slight lead for Capitol Heights. Go red.
Let's go with body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, if you eat pre and probiotics in yogurt like Activia, you are helping this body system work better. Capitol Heights.
Intestines.
What body system? Give me a little more information. Judges, am I right to pursue this? Yes. Ladies, give me some more.
Respiratory.
Not respiratory. No, good try. Perrywood, what body system works better if you eat pre and probiotic bacteria in yogurt-like Activia?
Digestive system.
Digestive. That's what I want to hear. Absolutely. I thought maybe from intestines you would pivot to digestion. Nice comeback, Jalen. Now you're in the lead with 5 points. Go green.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, specific genes code for a spice in these plants, which keeps away nasty insects, but it also is of great interest to the makers of Grey Poupon. Name that spice. Mustard. Mustard is what we're looking for there. Go green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, when you're on Science Bowl for the very first time, you're a little nervous. Sometimes you've got butterflies in your what? Perrywood?
Stomach.
Your stomach, that's right. But you guys seem pretty cool and calm. I don't see any butterflies out there. Go green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, the curly W is the symbol for the Washington Nationals baseball team. Capitol Heights. What do you want to tell us, Paris?
Nationals.
Not Nationals. So I was going to finish for Perrywood. Let me finish the question. The curly W is the symbol for the Washington Nationals baseball team. It is also the abbreviation for the lumen rating for your light bulbs. In that case, the W stands for what?
Watts.
Watts, absolutely right. Yes, indeed. All right, good comeback there. 10-point lead, 90 to 80. Make that 95 to 80. Perrywood, go.
Dateline signs for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Back in August, the second full moon that month was unusual, so we called it this kind of moon. Capitol Heights.
Blue moon.
The blue moon. You got that, young lady. Good answer, Paris. Go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, if you take the gas, carbon dioxide, and chill it to minus 110 degrees Fahrenheit, it changes state. It's no longer a gas. It's a what? Perrywood.
Liquid.
No, sir. Capitol Heights.
Solid.
Solid, that's right. It changes into dry ice, which is solid. All right, the buzzer has rung. The first round is over, and our score is tied. 95 Capitol Heights, 95 Perrywood. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment.
Diet and exercise are never easy. Then again, neither is dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Most of these deaths could be prevented. Please, talk to your doctor about your risk for diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
welcome back to Science Bowl. So nice to have you here today. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We have 6 outstanding young people, and they told me during the break, you know, we're a little nervous, Mr. Zarin, and I said, well, if you weren't nervous, that wouldn't be normal, but they're not betraying it. They're doing such a great job. We're going to give them a break for a couple of minutes and let them tell their stories. Let's go over to Capitol Heights. Paris, tell me first of all about your school. It's in Capitol Heights, and who's your principal?
Mr. Whaley, Mr. Herman Whaley.
Mr. Whaley, and I talked to him, and he's very excited you're here today. And you have a new coach, Miss Beth Wood, and is that correct?
No.
Who's your coach?
Miss Wood.
Miss Wood, yes. And is she here today?
Yes.
Yes, and we'll bring her out in just a few moments so everyone can meet her. And did you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, we did have Eric Jimenez and Angel Flores.
Wonderful, and they'll be out in just a couple of moments to join all of you. And Capitol Heights, it's obviously a great school because they produce the 3 of you. What else happens there that's really great other than the Science Bowl practices?
We do great as a team together in Capitol Heights. We use our core values, respect, responsibility every day, and we just like to show everybody that we are a great school.
And you are. You're doing a great job of doing that. And you're all sitting there with matching blue ribbons. That's team solidarity, right? And tell me about yourself, Paris. What do you hope to do someday?
I hope to be a magazine editor, fashion magazine editor.
And you're interested in fashion, and you write poetry and short stories, so that would just be a perfect match for all of your skills. Nice to have you with us. And God bless you, Assyria there. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You love to study, don't you?
Yep.
Have you always loved to study?
Yep.
Yeah, and it pays off because you're doing so well in school. You wouldn't be on Science Bowl unless you had those great habits. What do you do in your spare time if you're not studying?
Well, I do like playing this game on my 3DS. I like playing that game because it helps me learn responsibility because it's a game where you take care of pets. And if you don't take care of your pets, they can run away.
And boy, that's a perfect segue, Assyria. Thank you for that because Farron has pets. She's got a turtle, and she's got a dog, and she may be getting rabbits, right? Wow. And you got a Yorkie at home?
Yes.
And what's the Yorkie's name?
Blue.
And do you want to be a veterinarian someday?
Yes.
Yeah, boy, you get a lot of practice with pets, don't you? Something always happening. They're getting sick. They're eating something they shouldn't. I bet you're a good parent to those pets. I bet you really are. What do you do in your spare time if you're not taking care of your pets?
Well, most of the time I run track and play basketball, or sometimes watch my brother play football.
And your brother's how old?
6.
6 years old. So you're the big sister. Yeah, I know he's proud of you. Let's go over to the other team. Keep up your good work, Capitol Heights, in the second half. Perrywood tied at 95. Great team. Jalen, tell us about Perrywood. We've been on the air 27 years, and I think Perrywood has been here most of that time. So you're part of a great tradition. Who's the principal at your school?
Miss Poole.
Absolutely. Rooting for you. And you have 2 sponsors, don't you?
Yes.
Who are they?
Miss Jones and Miss Shirey.
Miss Shirey, and they will be out in just a few moments to join you. Any alternates on your team?
Yes. Maya Harrison.
Very good. We'll bring Maya out as well. What do you like best about Perrywood, Jalen?
I like the teachers and all the organization programs they have, and their PTA.
PTA. Speaking of organization, you seem like a very organized young man. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a mechanical engineer.
So you're a good math student, and what do you do in your spare time?
I play football.
Football. All right. For the Hurricanes in Marlow Heights, right?
Yep.
Wonderful. And Juliana, nice to have you with us. This young lady likes to read anything she can get her hands on. Boy, that's the mark of a really great student. But you really like what kinds of books in particular, Juliana?
I like fiction books because they inspire me to write make-believe stories.
Yeah, and writing and reading go hand in hand. Boy, if you're good at one, a lot of times it translates to the other. What are your professional goals?
I would like to become a forensic chemist.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier, and she likes CSI, which is great for people interested in forensic chemistry. So you have a lot of schooling ahead of you, and I'm sure you'll be up to the task. Wesley, good to have you here. This young man is an all-round athlete, football, basketball, and track. Is that right?
Yes.
If you had to pick one as a favorite, could you?
Yes.
Which one?
Football.
Football. And you play on the Hurricane team with Jalen?
Yes.
You do? In fact, you all are good friends, aren't you?
Yes.
And boy, that helps a lot here. You can almost finish each other's sentences. And what do you hope to do professionally someday, Wesley?
I hope to be an architect.
Yeah, and you want to design buildings, don't you?
Yes.
Are there any buildings that you've seen that you thought, boy, I wish I could have done that because it was really cool?
The Empire State Building.
Yeah, that's a classic, isn't it? Yeah, from back in the 1930s, and it still looks great. All right, Perry, would you keep up your good work? We're going back to the game now. Tie score, 95 all. Last correct answer came from the red team. So, Paris, start us out.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, you know, men oftentimes don't like to admit to overeating, but now they too are being diagnosed with this B-initialed condition that women sometimes indulge in and then purge afterwards. Perrywood.
Breast cancer?
Not breast cancer. Good try. Overeating. Overeating. This B-initialed term that describes overeating. Men now are being diagnosed with it and admitting it, where heretofore it used to be women that mostly had this. It's a tough one. It's called binging. Binging, when you eat too much, and then sometimes purging to get rid of that food afterwards. Try again, red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams on board the Mars Curiosity rover, which is doing great things. They have a laser that zaps rocks to find out which of these are inside the rocks. Capitol Heights.
Minerals.
Minerals, absolutely right. They're doing a mineral analysis. Good answer. Good. In the lead now. Go.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, archaeologists are now out on the Pacific Ocean looking for bits and pieces that are coming from Japan that resulted from what catastrophic event last year that washed all of these to sea, Perrywood?
Tsunami?
The tsunami is absolutely right. Yeah, just devastated portions of Japan. In fact, a basketball from Japan washed up on the shore in the Pacific Northwest, and they sent it back to the boy who owned it. Go, Green.
Green things for 15.
Green things, 15 points. Teams, the red color on fall leaves is caused by a pigment called anthocyanin, and it actually is protecting the leaves from this that the plants still need to make food.
The sun.
Paris?
The sun.
The sun, that's right. It is a sunscreen, if you will. Plants actually need sunscreens. So you can get too much of a good thing. Go red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, the soft, fleshy part of a fruit is preferred by some orange juice drinkers and others not so much. Perrywood.
Pulp.
Pulp is right, absolutely. Thank you, Juliana. Pulp-free or lots of pulp. You know, you have so many choices now when you get orange juice. With calcium, without. 120, 130. Still very close. 10 points down green.
Zuprate for 10.
Zuprate, 10 points. Teams, most rabies deaths in Africa and Asia result from dog bites. But in South America, it's bites from these nocturnal flying mammals that cause the rabies. Capitol Heights?
Yes.
Bats.
Bats is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Go. Red.
Zuprate for 20.
Zuprate, 20 points. Teams, scientists now say that 1/5 of all of the spineless animals in this phylum are in danger of extinction. Who are these spineless creatures or animals? The invertebrates. The invertebrates. Invertebrates have no spines. Go again, please. Red. Choose.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, scientists are now trying to genetically engineer these tiniest of marine plants to photosynthesize and produce oil. What are these tiniest of marine plants called? Any takers? Algae. Algae, like you find in a fish tank. Go again, red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Unleavened bread is flat, but leavened bread that puffs up and is full of holes results from this fungus that causes fermentation to produce that bread. Name that fungus. Capitol Heights?
Yeast.
Yeast it is, indeed. Yeah, the baker's friend. Red, please.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, back in 1456, one of these heavenly bodies was seen streaking between the earth and the sun. And Edmund Halley predicted correctly in 1758 it would come back again. What is the name of that heavenly body, Perrywood?
Comet?
Yes, Halley's Comet it is. Good answer. All right, you're back in this game. Go. Green.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Question is as follows. Teams, plants don't carry guns, but they do have one of these. It's part of the female reproductive part of the flower. Can you name it? Capitol Heights.
Spine.
Yes, ma'am.
Spines.
Again?
Spines.
Not spines, no. Perrywood, plants don't carry guns, but they do have one of these, which is part of the female reproductive part of the flower. What do you think, guys? It's a pistil. A pistil. P-I-S-T-I-L. Try again, green. Jalen, 10 points down.
Dateline signs for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, careful. This most commonly eaten meat in America is now increasingly being covered with bacteria that is resistant to antibiotics. What is the most commonly eaten meat in America? Careful. Red. Paris?
Cow meat. Beef.
No. Perrywood? This most commonly eaten meat in America is increasingly being found with bacteria on it that's resistant to antibiotics.
Pork.
Chicken. Chicken. Try again. I have down here judges as the green team. Is that correct? Yes. Go, Jalen.
Body systems for 20.
Body assistance for 20 points. Teams, if a doctor says that you are going to need bronchial thermoplasty, he is going to heat up what organs in your body? Perrywood.
The lungs.
The lungs it is. Bronchial was your clue there, indeed. All right. With that takes you back into the lead by 10 points. Jalen, go. All the tough questions left. Which one, young man?
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, lice and tapeworms are to human beings what mistletoe is to plants. Namely, kinds of what? Capitol Heights. Yes, ma'am.
We are going to go with poison ivy.
Not poison ivy, no. Lice and tapeworms are to humans what mistletoe is to some kinds of plants, namely different kinds of what? Yes, sir.
Parasites?
Parasites, absolutely right. Mistletoe parasitizes certain trees, especially in the South. All right, go green, please.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems, 25 points. Teams, artificial legs and arms like Oscar Pistorius had when he ran in the Olympics for South Africa are known as these P-initialed items. What are they, Capitol Heights?
Prosthetics.
Prosthetics it is. Absolutely right. Good comeback there, Red. Thank you, Farron, for your assist. All right, score. 185, 175. Red advantage. 4 questions left.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade 25. Big one in that category. Teams, the barnacles that we see sometimes on wharf pilings and the sides of ships, you know, Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob. People used to think that barnacles had shells and were mollusks. Now we know that they are classified as these C-initialed kinds of creatures like lobsters and crabs.
Crustaceans.
For 25 points, Paris.
Crustaceans.
Yeah, crustaceans it is. That's what I want to hear. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 25.
For 25 and let's get physical. Teams, the periodic table of elements follows the solar system almost exactly because the elements uranium and neptunium are followed by this element, Perrywood.
What'd you say?
Yes, sir.
They're followed by planetarium.
Planetarium, good try. The elements on the periodic table seem to follow the solar system exactly because the elements uranium and neptunium are followed by what element? Plutonium, as in Pluto. Try again, Red. 2 questions left.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points, teams. The Voyager 1 spacecraft had only 8 kilobytes of computer memory. Compare that with an iPod today that has 8 of these G-initialed.
Gigabytes.
Gigabytes is what I want to hear. Absolutely right. 1 question left. Dateline for 25. Let's look at that score. Capitol Heights 200. Perrywood 210. This will decide the game. Listen carefully to Dateline for 25 points. Teams, back in 1821, Charles Darwin began a voyage that taught him much about evolution by going to these islands off the coast of South America. Can you name those islands? Perrywood.
Greenland and Iceland?
Nope. Good try. Capitol Heights, you can win this game if you can tell me the name of the islands off South America that Charles Darwin visited and helped him with his theory of evolution. Ladies, can you tell me? Need an answer from you?
Costa Rica.
Not Costa Rica. They were the Galapagos Islands, the home of the Galapagos tortoise, which means by 10 points, I think Perrywood has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up of this game in just a moment. Don't go away.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities. Service learning makes school exciting by connecting the classroom with community service projects.
Before service learning, I was just an ordinary student causing mischief during class. After service learning started, I got so involved into it, I started paying attention more, picked up my grades.
Okay, very good.
Service learning absolutely drives academic success.
Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way.
The great thing about service learning is it gives you this opportunity to go out into the world and do things hands-on.
Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Service learning can make a difference in your school. Visit Learn and Serve America at learnandserve.gov to find out how.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back to Science. Well, boy, it came down to that final question. There are no losers here today. We have 6 winning students. They did a splendid job. We're proud of each and every one of them. I want to see smiles everywhere here. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. You did a great job today. Our final tally is Capitol Heights 200, Perrywood 210 by a whisker. You guys are today's winner. Wesley and Jalen and Juliana and Maya, I know you're happy back there, the alternate, and Miss Jones and Miss Shirey. You always do a fantastic job. Thank you for being here today. And Miss Shirey, incidentally, was last year's Kristen McAuliffe Teacher of the Year. We're very proud of her for that accomplishment. Capitol Heights, come on, ladies. You got those big smiles to go with those great blue ribbons. And the 2 alternates, Eric Jimenez and Angel Flores Ramirez. Miss Woods, thank you for doing this for the first time. We appreciate that. And Miss Frederick, always for your great support. And we thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye.